My name is Fumika. I'm 30 and currently living alone in Tokyo. One day, my sister Mika, who had gone missing, suddenly messaged me. Hey sis! Mika, you're alive? Yeah, don't just assume I was dead. Well, you took our parents' savings and ran off. We haven't heard from you since then. What have you been doing? I didn't run away with our parents' money, okay? I just borrowed some money to give to my boyfriend. Anyway, sis, I don't have a place to stay now. Can you help me out? Help you out? How? Is that you standing outside my building? I was surprised when I looked down from my window. Mika was standing on the sidewalk waving at me. Hey, how do you know where I live? I asked your friend. I didn't know you were living in a high-rise. Good for you, sis. I want to live there too. You're okay with it, right? First of all, where the hell have you been for the past few years? Everyone was worried sick about you. I've been living with my boyfriend, but we spent all the money I borrowed from our parents. So we can't live together anymore. That's why I came to you, sis. What about your boyfriend? My boyfriend kicked me out. I have nowhere to go. Now I'm jobless and have no place to live. What else can I do? Despite the fact that Mika disappeared with our parents' savings, she's still my little sister. I had no choice but to let her in. Wow! How do you afford such an expensive place? Did you take money from our parents too? No, it's my own money. What? Haven't you been unemployed after the company you worked at went bankrupt? How did you pay for it? I know you're just a jobless NEET. I left her in out of goodwill, and this was how she treated me. I was upset, but I decided to ignore her and started working. I have work to do. Make yourself at home. Wait, what's that room for? It's my office, and don't ever go inside without my permission. Why? I'm intrigued. I have very important stuff in the office, so stay out of it, please. After that, I went into my office and stayed there for a while. Also, I messaged my mother that Mika had come to my place. Mom, Mika is back. Really? How is she? Yeah, she's okay. She wants to stay here with me. Her boyfriend kicked her out and she has nowhere else to go. Oh my god. So she came to you and asked to live with you? Well, that's what she said. I'll let her stay for a while, so don't worry. Alright. Thank you for looking out for your sister, Fumika. Sis! Just when I was about to finish texting my mother, Mika called me from outside. I'm hungry! Can you make something? Just make something yourself. It's okay, I just ordered sushi. You're paying, right? What? Don't order sushi when you have no money. That's why I told you to pay for it, sis. Look at this place, it's so nice. I know you bought it with our parents' money. I'm so jealous. About Dad and Mom. Never mind, it's pointless telling you that. I'll pay for your sushi, and don't forget to pay me back later. You know I can't, I'm broke. My nightmare began after Mika moved in. Sis, I want breakfast. Then make it yourself. She's an adult, but she refuses to cook for herself. Have you found a job yet? You're one to talk. You're a NEET yourself, sis. What right do you even have to ask me about work? I work from home, alright? I even have an office for work. Do you expect me to believe that? Are you even making any money? At least I can pay for the sushi, unlike you. Excuse me? I know it's all our parents' money. Have you no shame? Mika is the one who stole our parents' money and spent it all with her boyfriend. I don't know how she gets the guts to say that to me. I was shocked and disappointed in Mika, so I started to avoid her as much as possible. I love this bag, sis. Can I have it? Buy it yourself. I want caviar. Find a job and buy it yourself. I want to sleep in my own room. I already told you which room you can use, but you still haven't unpacked. You can unpack for me, sis. I'll tell you where everything goes. Mika seems to think of me as her servant instead of her sister. She also never cleans or does her laundry. Wow, this sushi is so yum! And she always orders food without asking me. What am I gonna do with her? I messaged my mother for advice. I tried, but Mika doesn't want to find a job at all. She can rely on me for the time being, but if something were to happen to me, there's no way she can live by herself. Both Dad and I are living off our pensions and your income. Mika needs to learn how to be independent. By the way, has Mika been contacting you or Dad? Yeah. She said we're giving you lots of money, so she should get some too. What is she thinking? I'm not living off you and Dad. Does she not even know about your job? Do you think she'd understand even if I explained it to her? You're right. Your dad and I still don't quite understand what you do for a living. I've been thinking about how to let Mika understand that I'm not a NEET, but then something more shocking happened. Why is my office door open? Where have all my work computers gone? Oh, I sold them. I can't let you play games all day. You've become too addicted, sis. So I sold them to get some money for you, sis. Because I did you a favor, I'll be keeping the money from selling the computers. Mika's words alerted me, so I went through my stuff immediately, especially the designer bags and expensive jewelry. Then I found some pieces were missing. You did it, Mika! How could you sell my stuff for money? So, what's wrong with that? Our parents bought you those things anyways. How can they only spend money on you but not me? That's so unfair! I seriously can't believe you. I bought that necklace with my first paycheck. I paid my hard-earned money for it and you sold it without even blinking an eye! Give it back! Huh? You can't afford such an expensive necklace. I'm sure you stole it from Mom. Mika's words almost made me cry. I don't know why my little sister would treat me like this, but Mika's outrageous behaviors didn't stop there. I went out the following day. When I got home, there was a guy I'd never met sitting on my sofa. I quickly messaged Mika to ask her who that guy was. Mika? Who's that person in my apartment? Oh, that's my boyfriend. Why? Why didn't you tell me? I was terrified when I came home. Oh, yeah. He'll be living with us from now on. What? He's moving in with us. Wait a minute. You didn't even talk to me about it. Of course I didn't. I knew you'd just say no. So you just hid it from me? Yep. I wouldn't be able to live with him if you said no. I'm okay with living with you, Mika, but I can't live with a stranger. Tell him to go somewhere else. I don't want to. He also doesn't have a place to live. I couldn't believe what Mika said. But again, it'd be cruel to kick someone out when they have nowhere else to go. So I agreed to let Mika's boyfriend Yoshio stay with us.
I've always wanted to live in a place like this!
You guys need to leave once you find a place to live, okay?
Why? Isn't this our apartment?
No, I'm paying the rent for this apartment.
Stop lying, you neat! I know you were just pretending to work on your computer.
That's right, you're just a lying NEET. Please leave our home. This is our place now. Mika started to throw my things at me. Hey, what are you doing? Bye-bye. We're taking over this apartment.
Get out, neat!
Later, Yoshio forced me out of my own home. I couldn't do anything about him, so I stayed at a nearby hotel. Of course, I sent Mika complaint messages after. Mika, what the hell were you thinking? Nothing, just punishing my NEET sister. You've been living a comfortable life because of our parents' money. Do you not deserve a little punishment? For the last time, I'm not living off of our parents. You were the one who took all of their savings and ran off with your boyfriend. Huh? How is it even possible? Weren't you penniless when the company you worked for went under? How could you afford to live in a nice high-rise building? I found another job after that, and I saved up and moved into that apartment. I can't believe you kicked me out of my own home. Huh, this is my home now. No matter what you say or how hard you cry, I'm not gonna let you come back to this apartment. Fine, I'll let you have the apartment then. Really? That's great. I have to transfer the apartment to you, so I'll come back tomorrow. I also need to get my belongings. Okay, I'll be waiting for you. You have to sign some documents so I can complete the transfer. Sure, you're finally making the right decision. I decided to let Mika be the tenant of the apartment. It's so frustrating, but there's nothing I can do. Hold on, why are you taking the cleaning robot? Leave that jewelry! Mika wouldn't let go of my possessions when I went to get my things the next day. I also had to leave her the washing machine and the fridge because they were too big and heavy. But I managed to take most of my stuff with me. Where should I live now? I still have a lot of savings, so it should be fine. But I haven't been able to work since Mika sold my computers. What should I do? I decided to move back to my parents' home. After everything was settled, I got a message from Mika. Hey, sis! I got a payment notice saying that I have to pay an awful lot of money. What is that about? Is that the lease transfer fee? You took over the lease. Of course there'd be all sorts of fees. What? You didn't buy the apartment? No. I rented the apartment because I thought about living with mom and dad someday. But now I'm back at their home because of you. Can you pay for this? There's no way I can afford it. You kicked me out, remember? Ask your boyfriend to pay for it. Isn't he living there with you? He ran away. He freaked out when he saw the payment notice. It says we have to pay hundreds of thousands of yen at once. That's not my problem. You've already caused enough problems for me. I didn't want to leave the apartment, but I had to because you kicked me out. But I don't have any money. Please, help me. She kept begging me for help, so I had no choice but to help her with the transfer fee. Why does a NEET have this kind of money? I told you so many times. I'm not a NEET! Then where did you get the money from? I invest in stocks. Huh? Stocks? When my previous company went under, my boss gave me a small severance pay, so I started learning how to invest with that money. Turns out I'm pretty good at it. Soon I was making enough to live a comfortable life. Then I moved into this apartment. What's with the computers? I used them to look at stocks and read the news. I was trying to look for good stocks to invest in. So you were actually making money and not living off our parents? You were the only one who took their money and used it all. How is this possible? Mika was in disbelief and fell to her knees. Then, I helped her end the tenancy and move out. Mika rented a tiny shabby apartment after that. One day, she messaged me again. Help, sis! I don't have anything to eat! You gotta help me! I told you, get a job! That's so unfair that you're living with mom. She cooks for you. But I'm covering their living expenses, and I help around the house too. I'm moving back home too. Mom and dad can support me like before. Now help me move out of this shitty apartment! On the day of the move, Mika didn't show up at our parents' home. Instead, I received a message from her. Hey, sis! What happened to the house? Why is it not here? Oh, we sold the land. The land is under someone else's name now. What? Then where do you guys live now? We live in an apartment in another city. I bought this apartment for mom and dad. You're not registered as a resident here, so I can't let you move in. Even if I could, I won't. What? Why? I'm in deep trouble now. I'm your family, and you should always help me when I'm in trouble. But I don't want to. You stole dad and mom's money and ran away. And you secretly sold my things for money. When I let you stay at my place, you even had the audacity to kick me out. How can I see you as my family? I am your family. You can't deny it. Shouldn't the older sister always care for the younger sister? Nope. You're an adult now. You need to start being independent. I won't look after you anymore. Dad and mom also agree. Are you kidding me? Then what should I do? First of all, find yourself a job. Start working and learn to be independent. We can talk after that. I don't want to work. I want to make money by investing just like you, sis. Do you even have any money to invest? Lend it to me then. You're a joke. Take care. Bye. After that, Mika made a scene outside the building where my parents and I live, but she was taken away by the police right away. I hope Mika can reflect on herself now. I'm not going to help her anymore.
It's all for the best. Let's forget about Mika and live our life happily.
We haven't spoken with Mika since then. Because I blocked her number, sometimes I can't help but wonder how she's doing. I heard from people that they saw a woman dressed in shabby clothing sleeping in the park, but I guess I'll never find out who that was.